like that you bring that in, Steve, because like you put out like I work with a lot of really great people. I'm not trying to be the smartest person in the room,
No.
right? And like so I what I like here, it both like part of what I'm hearing is like the power of leverage here. It's like understand like and the leveraging portion of a question. You're like, I don't need to know. I just need to create the opportunity for you to be able to go into that in a meaningful way. Let me know if I'm off with anything here. Like,
Absolutely not. That is one of the things that I really pride myself on is I like to listen now. At first, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was like, oh my God. But now that I'm be honest. I was like, man, why does this person keep talking? And what again, you learn. Okay, so if you want to know anything about anything, you just ask the right questions. And that's with anything. I'll give you another example. I had a client come to me and ask, okay, so how do I know what my prices are? How do I know if my prices are too high? How do I know if my prices are too low? I was like, okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to call 5 of your competitors, whoever they are, and you let them talk about themselves. And I guarantee you, they're going to tell you boom, 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 boom. And after my client tried it a couple times, they were like, "How did you know people like to talk about themselves?" There you go.
Yeah, it's just human wiring. I mean, everybody. Look, I had a similar situation. It was back before COVID, but I was interviewing a prospective doctor, an optometrist, and I could tell my first couple of minutes that he wasn't really gravitating towards this kind of help. He had been encouraged by people in his office to get it because he was, he just had a lot of bad behavior, and finally people had to speak up. And so we were talking about the whole process, and he finally just said, "What do you have that's going to make me a better doctor?" And this question, exact question, used to hit me very early, and I never could answer it. And I finally figured out the right way to answer it. And I said, "Doctor," I said, "there's absolutely nothing that I have now, have had in the past, or will gain in the future that will make you a better optometrist." I said, "What I'm going to do is make you a better businessman that owns an optometry service." And that's when the phone line went silent for like 15 seconds.
I love hearing these like counter like ways of approaching this here. Shelby, is there anything else that you want to add to this year? I'll bring another question otherwise, but let me just check it.
Yeah, they are both right, correct, because with real estate business, it's about listening, right? We need to know what the client needs,
Right.
not, I know a lot of agents out there, they kind of market more ego way, like, oh, I sold this, I got sold this many homes, but at the bottom line, at the end of the day, is not about how much you sold, how much client you have, or how much money you bring in. It's what your client needs. And for coaching, I'm just got into a little bit. I'm in training, so coaching is about listening. It's not really teaching others. It's about listening and give the feedback, reflection of themselves to let them see themselves in a way. Yeah, that's my take.
So now y'all got me thinking about things because we've been able to create some general consensus here, right? We started off with confidence and now we're on listening, right? And so in a bit, I might just like mess with that whole thing up there, right? But for now, I'm curious for you all about in your experience of the relationship of listening and confidence. So for anyone out here, like it's been, look, let me frame this. The outliers and trailblazers listening and on this, like they've already created things. They're high performers, all right? They're out there. They've created. They're not like gonna. It's not like even like should I start the business? They're like I'm in it. I'm in like year XYZ, and now it's like okay, do I choose the safer path so that I can provide for my family, or like how do I not mess up what's going on, so on and so forth, right? And so it's interesting because I feel like confidence almost is like a renewable resource. Like you can you use it and then you keep growing and you're like, I don't know if I'm confident in this. So I'm very curious about any kind of either leverage you have or the relationship that you may see between listening and confidence. And if there isn't one, don't feel like you need to make one on the spot. But I'm wondering if if these are two separate silos or if there's something where there's overlap in a meaningful way. Anyone want to take that one on?
I can go
Um,
first.
okay.
know, yeah. Confidence, like I mentioned before, before I switched to any of this identity, I have very, very low confidence. And once I kind of align this identity within myself, I grow my confidence. And once you have a confidence, somehow people around you, your friends, your family will still start to come to you and ask for advice and ask for your maybe opinion or certain views or help sometimes. So that you become a confident person, you will slowly become a listener of the people around you. And that way, that's the main reason I'm kind of pivoting my business from real estate and now it's blending into coaching a little bit spiritual side because I hear people they need the help on this because many people going into the real estate business, it's the same, it's the same law, same transaction, same way of doing transactions, same contract. How come some people do it so well and how come some people don't? You see, so that's a part of the confidence, and I feel that from part of my experience, personal experience, I can bring that to the table and help others find out why is it not working, to make it better for them. So I think that's my view of between confidence and listening.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the things I've observed over the years is that confidence kind of comes in two buckets. The real inner confidence that is not necessarily visible on the outside, a lot of times is steeped in humility. You always know you can learn more. You always know you can be a little better, and you strive for that on a regular basis. When you become overconfident, that's when it starts showing up on your sleeve. You're wearing it. And that's when you can lose it. And when you lose it, sometimes there's some people that it's such a hard fall, they never get it back. But the connection that I've always made is in the pursuit of fortifying and refining your confidence. The only way to do that is kind of what Shelby was talking about. The more you're willing to listen to other people, whether they're kind of like-minded or have disparate points of view, the more you can kind of sift through that and figure out what you can grab onto yourself. And it's just you're constantly like polishing the ruby. It's never going to get too shiny. That's what you have to do. And if you're willing to go through that and recognize that you're not the smartest person in the room, and what you say other people don't necessarily have to listen to, that humility will kind of direct you and help you stay in a certain place that people will accept and be attracted to. And then they'll tell you all their secrets. All you got to be willing to do is listen.
I'm
I
guilty of overconfidence in the past. Just want to bring that up.
I feel
I,
a
I,
little.
I see you don't have any sleeves on today, so you've gotten
Oh,
rid of that,
yeah.
obviously.
I do feel the confidence part and the listening part, especially if you've already started your business, is I feel like sometimes people don't understand how far they went. So whenever they do have those confident lax moments, they don't they don't see it. And I'll give you an
Mhm.
example. So picture you riding a bike, right? When you first start riding a bike, if you've never rode a bike, the first time you start riding a bike, you're gonna fall, correct?
Right.
That's how it happens, right? So now that you fail and you get back up and you try to ride your bike again and you fall again. The thing is, people don't understand. You're judging from falling, not from where you started riding the bike at, because the way where you started riding the bike at to what you're doing now, yes, you failed. Yes, it's going to happen. Yes, that's a part of the learning process. It's the whole learning process itself. But the thing is to listen and be more confident in, okay, just turn around and look at where you started, right? Once you look back and be like, oh my God, So I started 3 miles that way. Granted, I fell 2, 3, 4 times, but look how far I am from where I started. And you're laughing. I
So
hope that
Margaret,
made sense.
the reason that I'm smiling right now is that you made me think about my first time ever skiing. And
Yeah.
I ended up on a mountain, and my friend convinced me to get on the ski lift. And so we get on the ski lift, and she's pointing things out to me. And she's like, "Hey, look, it's not like that snowy. So there's an ice patch over there. Skip the ice, and and over here it melted. So like." Skip that too. In fact, when you just get out, like just hang over to the right and we'll go down the mountain together. Well, as my skill set would have it, I don't think it's luck. I think this was actually based on my lack of skill. I got off the ski lift and immediately veered left into a grassy patch. And the only thing over that grassy patch was like one sliver of ice, and then I immediately started going down there, speeding up, and went down the whole mountain backwards. If I was like I tried to pizza wedge and foot kept coming up. I just went down the mountain backwards. And so when you talk about like falling, I fell probably 6 times and never. This has been like 10 years ago from there. I haven't gone skiing since. But I don't think I've ever looked at it and said, "Hey, by the way, I've been skiing before." Like I never looked at it like beforehand. I had like if this was a trick thing, if this was like a trickster like thing, I would have excelled. Look, I can go down this mountain backwards here. So it made me smile here because it gave me a chance to relook at something here that I had been holding with with an arm far away. Like, don't get me close to that. Don't get me, I won't ski again. And you just really gave me a new opportunity to look at it.
I'm glad I was. And I just tell people, because think about it like this. Even your skiing adventure, right? I went skiing. I've
Oh, I
only
like
went
that adventure. Thank you. It was an adventure. I'm gonna just like take it, like I'm gonna reshape that experience for me right now in this conversation. Go ahead, see an adventure.
So for your skiing adventure, like when you first started, I bet you were scared. I bet you were like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Now, if you go back to that slope, you're gonna be like, okay, look back now. When you look down, oh my God, I've went all the way down there. Granted, it wasn't the way I wanted to, but I went all the way down. So now I guarantee you, your confidence is going to be a little better, all because you've already done it, right? You've conquered that fear. And I always tell people, fear is not real. As what all you have to do is go and try to do that thing, right? Once you try to do that thing, even if you're scared, you try to do it, and next thing you know, you're gonna look and be like, "Oh my God, what was I so scared about?" But I don't know, because I know when I went skiing, it hurt, because I'm a little older, so it hurts when you fall.
Right.